Manchester United have lost to Juventus at home 1-0. Really disappointing for Manchester United. I was expecting Manchester United to go into this game and lose, and we got what we deserved out of that, because Manchester United certainly first half were completely outplayed by a good Juventus team. It was the same starting lineup, which Jose Mourinho apparently was happy with a point against Chelsea, it seemed, or at least happy with the performance anyway. But I wasn't happy with either. I was content, accepted the point, but wasn't happy with it. And certainly first half against Chelsea were abysmal, so I don't know why he was happy. But anyway, this game, Manchester United completely outplayed by the same team we put out against Chelsea. Completely outplayed. First half, 1-0 down, and the thing that is so disgusting for me is that the second half, Jose Mourinho goes out and there's not one single change, not one single substitution in the whole fucking second half. We're trailing 1-0 to Juventus at home. If this was was under Sir Alex Ferguson, Manchester United would have brought substitutes on and tried to change this game and tried to get back in it, and we haven't done that. Okay, I can understand you haven't got Alexis Sanchez on the bench, you haven't got your bum mate, fucking Fellaini, sitting on the bench to come on and try and boot balls up to. I can understand you haven't got that, but fucking hell, Jose Mourinho, do something to change it up. You're a good quality manager. You've been there. You've done it in the past. You know what to do. You know how to get results. You've been a tactical genius in the fucking past. You know what to do. You haven't brought anyone off the bench. Okay, there's no Jesse Lingard as well. There's few players out injured. We do know that. But you've got Tahith Chong on the bench. You've got Ander Herrera on the bench. You've got Andreas Pereira on the bench. You've got Fred on the bench. You've got fucking players on that substitutes bench that you could have fucking brought on to change this game. And to be honest, it's just stupid. We may still not have got anything out of the game. This is against a good Juventus team. I understand that. But Manchester United are at home. The emphasis is on Manchester United to go out there and attack to win the fucking home games. And we haven't done that. If we'd lost 2-0 and we'd gone out there in that second half, brought Chong on, we'd brought Ander Herrera on for Matic, we'd gone for it, we'd gone go-ho for this game, we'd lost the second goal on the counter-attack or something, I could accept it. We've got beaten by the team who we've piled the pressure on in that second half. We played dog shit first half, but we've piled the pressure on and we've got nothing out of it. But at least we've tried to get back in the game and apply the pressure. Yeah, we've done a little bit of in the second half, but to be honest, nothing really much. To be honest, 3 players in the attacking area is absolute dog shit for me today. Martial, probably the best out of the bad bunch up front. Lukaku, again, abysmal. Rashford done fuck all as well. And I'm sorry, but Martial is very, very inconsistent himself anyway. Okay, it wasn't all his fault, but him and Rashford are very inconsistent themselves. And Martial's got to continue that good form that he showed or the good goals he got against Chelsea, because here's a player that has got the ability to be scoring 20 to 25 goals in a season, and he's just not been consistent enough for Manchester United. And it probably leaves Manchester United in this group still in with a chance of getting the second position, but we can't carry on like this. I mean, it's a results business, and Jose Mourinho is probably gonna be gone much before the end of this next month. I mean, we cannot carry on like this much longer. I mean, we're 10th in the Premier League. I never wanted it to come to this. I backed Jose Mourinho a lot, but I think the time is coming to an end for Jose Mourinho at Manchester United. I think the main reason Manchester United haven't changed so far is due to the lack of personnel available for Manchester United to change it up and bring in a new manager. I don't know where we're going to go. I don't know if we're going to bring McKenna, Carrick, Zidane, Conte. I don't have a fucking clue what is going to happen at Manchester United in these next few months. But to be honest, I'm not too sure things can get much worse than this. I mean, we couldn't have been any fucking worse this season if we tried. We're 10th in the league. We're barely second in the Champions League group because Valencia have been so shit and drew to Young Boys. We got knocked out the League Cup by Derby. I mean, it could not have been any worse. And it probably cannot get much worse than this, besides being in the bottom half of the table come the weekend. So if we do not pick up a win against Everton at the weekend, then I think Jose Mourinho's job will be over for that. I am almost 100% sure it cannot carry on like this any longer, I'm afraid, with the position where we are in the league and some of the players that just do not look like they are playing for this guy, I'm afraid. And it is sad to see it go down this route, but some of this is on Jose Mourinho tonight, I'm afraid. There is big problems. Not making any changes, not trying to change the game into Manchester United's favour when we're only 1 goal down. I'm sorry, that is where Jose Mourinho's got to take the blame. I've backed this manager, and I'm not deluded enough to see that Jose Mourinho is making mistakes, as well as the players not putting in the effort, making mistakes themselves, not giving their all, and maybe not good enough. I do see that Jose Mourinho has got problems himself and has got to sort them out, because I can only see this guy in one way, and I'm struggling to see that Jose Mourinho is going to be able to turn this around now, because even if we beat Everton, the following week we've got, I think, Bournemouth, and then we've got Man City coming up. How the hell is Jose Mourinho going to turn this around with them sort of games? We're not winning games. We've won about 1 in our last 7, and people seemed so positive after that Chelsea game, and I was nowhere near as positive as people made out, because it was only a draw. We're 10th now in the league. It's just not good enough for Manchester United. Not fucking good enough anymore. And I do not want to see Manchester United go down this shit, like we've seen with Arsenal, continue to be happy with fucking being shit in the league, shit in the Champions League, getting embarrassed by shit teams in the Carling Cup. I'm just not fucking accepting it anymore, and I don't see why we should. I pay good money, I've been to games, I buy merchandise. I don't feel that I should accept this dog shit anymore, and something's got to change. It's just got to change. Whether that is the manager going, whether some of these players need to be dropped, some fresh faces to come into the team. I mean, it could have been so good if I mean, bringing Tai Chong into the squad and just leaving him sitting there on the bench. Rashford was doing fuck all out there. Martial wasn't exactly pulling up trees out there. Lukaku was doing fucking shit. You could have given the young guy a chance, the opportunity of a lifetime. Had he put in a good 15-minute performance, it could have been the making of the guy. But no, you continue to persist with the players that are performing shit out there on the pitch. And it's just not good enough for Mourinho, and something's got to change soon. Anyway, that's my thoughts on it. I'm pretty pissed off. I know I was expecting this sort of result. I was expecting it, but it was just the fact that Jose Mourinho's done fuck all to try and change this in that second half. It's really pissed me off. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll talk to you all again soon. See ya.